So this is 5 kickers I'm benching heading into week 9. And the first guy is Rodrigo Blankenship of the Indianapolis Colts. I know he's been one of the best scoring kickers in all of fantasy football, but last week he put in a total dud performance for a Colt team that scored a lot of points last week. They had 41 points, and Rodrigo with -1. He hit 3 PATs and missed 2, so that's not good for a guy who's been pretty consistent all year round, getting you double-digit points in 5 out of his 7 fantasy games. And this week it gets worse. He versus the Baltimore Ravens, and I don't see that Colt team scoring many points, to be honest with you, versus that Raven physical defense. And Rodrigo, he's not going to score much either. The Ravens giving up the least most fantasy points to all the kickers. So Rodrigo, he might have been dropped in a few leagues as well. So he's a guy I'm staying away from. The second guy I'm going to bench this week, a kicker, is a guy I say go up there and pick up, but he's Greg Zuerlein. And this week he versus a tough Pittsburgh Steelers defense. And for the Dallas Cowboys, Dalton, he's not going to be there starting again, even though he's not a great starter as it is. They're going to go with either Cooper Rush or Garrett Gilbert at quarterback, and that spells disaster for this Cowboy offense. I don't even know if the Cowboys could get in field goal range in this game versus this Steelers physical defense, and they give up the 30 at least points to kickers. So Greg Zuerlein, you could have him seem a dud performance with 2 to 4 points. He's definitely a kicker I'm not going to go out there and start, especially he has no quarterback. And the Steelers defense is a top D in the league, so bench Zuerlein. The next kicker I'm benching is Gostkowski. This guy, it seems like, hits my list every week because he's just not that good anymore. People still think he's the Gostkowski from the New England Patriots, but he's not. He's 27% owned, and he's just not getting the job done. He's had 2 good games all season, and this week he versus a Chicago Bear that's stiff competition on defense. So I don't like his matchup. I don't like the way he's kicking. I know he's at home, but I'm just staying away from him and benching him once again at kicker Gostkowski. He misses a lot of extra points. He don't hit a lot of field goals. And in his last 3 games, he only has 12 fantasy points. So he's a guy I'm benching. The next guy is Jason Sanders of the Miami Dolphins. I know he's only missed 1 field goal the whole season is Sanders, but I don't like his team's matchup, and I don't like his team having chances to score a lot as Sanders. Last week, he only had 4 fantasy points, and the week before that is 5. This Dolphin offense, they took some major hits, I believe. Ryan Fitzpatrick not being under center, he's not going to throw the ball anymore. You got Tua there, they're going to play more conservative like we saw versus the Rams. A lot of running and surprise plays. Now Myles Gaskin's out for 3 weeks, who was a pretty productive running back for the Dolphins. So I don't see many scoring opportunities for Sanders in Miami. So he's the 4th kicker I'm going to bench this week. And the 5th and final is Joey Sly of the Carolina Panthers. Sly, it just doesn't seem like he's getting it going in the last few weeks of Sly with mediocre performances. And last week he missed 1 also. So this week he's got the Kansas City Chiefs. This is a game where the Panthers, they're going to have to score touchdowns if they want any chances to win. Plus, it's going to be cold probably and windy in Kansas City. That field gets hard in the winter months, and I don't like the conditions it'll probably be in. So Joey Sly's a guy, he's owned in 58% of leagues. I just dropped him in one to get suck up. But anyway, I'm benching him this week and staying away from Joey Sly. So that's 5 kickers I'm benching going into week 9.